Ever felt like you're completely alone, even when you're surrounded by people? Like everyone's still there, but it all feels empty. That one friend you used to share everything with, laughs, secrets, even tears, they're still around, but it's like they're just a shadow now. You try to reach out, try to keep up, but the harder you chase, the further they seem to slip away. And then you start thinking, am I asking for too much? Did I mess this up somehow? Tonight, I want to talk about something that might hit close to home for some of you: when friendships fade. Because losing a friend isn't just about not hanging out or talking like you used to. It's about losing a safe place, a home where you felt seen, accepted, and just yourself. And honestly, losing a friend also feels like losing a small piece of who you are. I'm not here to give you quick answers, because let's be real, there's no shortcut to dealing with loss. But tonight, I want to invite you to sit with me, talk it out, and maybe see this change from a new angle. So, get comfy, take a deep breath, and let's dive into this story together. If this is the kind of topic you've been searching for, listen closely. We're gonna deep dive together. It's me, here with Stories Before Bed, keeping you company with a story I hope truly means something. When you really think about it, friendships are kinda like seasons, aren't they? Sometimes they're warm and bright, like the summer sun. Other times they're cold and distant, like a snowy winter night. And then, there are moments where everything just freezes. And maybe that's exactly how I felt when I realized one of my closest friends was slowly drifting away. I remember it so clearly. We used to be inseparable. They were the first to show up at my door when I was feeling down. The one who never forgot to say, "Drive safe, okay?" every time I headed home. But now, even something as simple as that feels impossible to hear again. There was this one night where I started scrolling through old photos, and, girls, it was like a downpour of memories I couldn't escape. Pictures of us laughing in the park, grabbing coffee, dreaming about the future. It was all there. But what does any of that even mean now? I tried texting them, just to check in, just to say hi. But their reply was so flat, so distant. It felt like they didn't care anymore. Talking to them was like talking to a wall, you know? And that's when I started asking myself, was it me? Did I ask for too much? Did I change into someone they couldn't stand? Those questions kept looping in my head, night after night, stealing my sleep. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're stuck in this endless cycle of blaming yourself, even though deep down, you know the problem might not be that simple? Sometimes changes in friendships show up unannounced. They don't give you time to prepare, no chance to understand why things are suddenly so different. And the worst part? They leave you questioning yourself like, what did I do wrong? But then I started to realize maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it wasn't even them. Maybe it's just time doing what it always does. Time shapes us into different people. It pushes us toward new priorities, new friends, and sometimes paths that no longer align. Still, let's be honest, realizing that doesn't make the emptiness any easier to bear. If you've ever lost a friend, you know what I'm talking about. It's like there's this hollow space in your heart that nothing else can fill. And in that space, I couldn't help but ask myself, is this just how friendships are? They change, drift apart, and eventually disappear. But as I kept trying to make sense of it all, I started noticing something I'd been overlooking. Friendship isn't really about how long you stick together. It's about the moments that truly mattered. It's about the little things you never thought you'd miss, but end up holding on to the most. I still remember how they used to cheer me up whenever I was feeling down. There's one line they'd always say that stuck with me to this day. You don't have to be strong every day, but promise me you won't give up. It's so simple, but for some reason those words made me feel seen, like I mattered. And even now, without them around, those words keep replaying in my mind, like a quiet reminder that they once truly cared. And you know, this made me realize something. Sometimes we're so caught up in what we've lost that we forget. Friendship is also about appreciating what we had. Not everyone can stay in our lives forever, but their presence, no matter how brief, always holds meaning. Maybe my friend isn't here anymore to cheer me on, but the words they once said still linger, still stick with me. And from that, I learned something important. Just because a friendship ends doesn't mean it was pointless. Sometimes our people leave not to hurt us, but to give us space to grow on our own. If you're in this phase right now, let me tell you, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel the weight of losing someone. But beyond that sadness, try to see your friendship from a different angle. Maybe your friend pulled away because they're dealing with something they can't share, not even with you. Or maybe they just needed time for themselves. That doesn't mean they stopped caring about you. It just means they're fighting battles you might not understand. And don't forget, not all friendships have to end badly. Sometimes people step back because they want to protect the good memories you've shared. You don't always have to fight to hold on to something that's already run its course. What's most important is to keep focusing on yourself. You've probably heard that saying, people come into your life for a reason, and they leave for a reason too. I used to hate that line. It felt so cliché. But now, I get it. The friends who leave might just be your greatest teachers. They teach you how to accept, how to appreciate, and how to move forward without losing yourself in the process. The more I reflect on it, the more I realize life isn't just about who shows up. It's about who stays. And maybe, when a friendship fades, it's not the end. Sometimes, it's the universe's way of teaching us to value the people who are still here. I remember this one moment so vividly. I was feeling so lost after losing a friend, and out of nowhere, I reconnected with someone I wasn't even that close to before. They showed up at just the right time, started a conversation, made me laugh, and just listened. And that's when it hit me. Losing one friend doesn't mean you're alone. Sometimes, God sends someone new into your life to fill the empty space someone else left behind. I know it's not easy to accept, especially when friendships mean so much to you. But this is the moment where you have to ask yourself, what does a friend really mean to me? Are they the ones who are always there for me? Or are they the ones who teach me something, even if they eventually leave? I've started learning to see friendships in a simpler way. I stopped blaming myself, stopped overthinking what went wrong, because sometimes there isn't an answer, and that's okay. What matters is how I keep moving forward, stay the best version of myself, and remain open to new people who might come into my life. To anyone feeling this way right now, I just want to say one thing. Don't close your heart. Don't let disappointment make you stop trusting others. Because trust me, there are still so many good people out there, waiting to be part of your life, if you're willing to let them in. And one more thing, don't forget to be grateful. Grateful for the beautiful moments you shared with them. Grateful that they were once part of your story. Friendship isn't just about who stays. It's also about those who made you feel seen, even if only for a little while. You know, friendships are like wildflowers in a garden. Some last through the fall, some fade with the first rain. But all of them, without exception, bloom and bring color to your life. So, let those who've left remain cherished memories, and welcome those who come as new hope. In the end, I've learned one important thing from all this. Friendships never truly disappear. The people who come into your life, even if they leave, always leave a mark. That mark could be the laughter you shared, the lessons they taught you, or even just a simple phrase that still makes you smile when you remember. You don't have to be strong all the time, and you don't have to fully understand why things change. But you have to believe that every loss carries a lesson, and every meeting has a purpose. So if you're struggling to make peace with these changes, take your time. It's okay to feel sad, but don't forget to keep moving forward. Because ahead, there are so many new stories waiting for you to write. And tonight, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes and think of one friend who meant a lot to you. Say thank you, even if it's just in your heart. Because without them, you wouldn't be the person you are today. If you still have the chance, reach out to them. Ask how they're doing, start a conversation, or just say, "Hey, I miss you." If they don't respond, that's okay. At least you tried. And for those who are truly gone, remember this. They were a part of your story, and that part will never disappear. Friends are like stars in the sky. Some shine brightly forever, some fade over time, and some you might not see anymore. But you know what's beautiful? Even if they're far away, their light still leaves a mark on your heart. So, let the memories stay beautiful, and keep your heart open for the people who will bring new colors into your life. With that, I'm signing off for tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me, for listening, and for sharing this little moment together. And hey, if you've got your own stories about friendship that you want to share, I'm always here to listen. I'll see you in the next Stories Before Bed. Good night, and may your dreams tonight be as beautiful as the memories you've once held close. Bye.